Hey everybody, welcome. This is Vlogish, and my name is Tony Sarandrea. Um, it's been a minute since I did any video. Um, so I figured I would just come on and shoot the breeze. Yo, what's up, Mike? How are you? Yeah, so I'm kind of in between videos right now. I have an a 3D printed Astro video that I shot. I just have not edited the footage yet, and you know, it's now that I'm doing these videos with editing and using a better camera and stuff. It's a little more tedious, and it feels a little bit more like work, which is kind of like, it's kind of a bummer. Not that I won't do it, but it's just not. It's not as like, you know, spontaneous feeling. So, but at the same time, I don't want to end up like disappearing from doing this kind of stuff either. So it's it's a tough balance. Um, what I'm going to talk about. So aside from that Astro video, that I'll probably do it tonight or tomorrow morning or something. I'll have it out this weekend at least. Um, so this was the last product I did a video on. This Marquee by Vicious Ant. It's holding up nice. I still like it. So initially I did like an out of the box review, and now that some time's gone by, thank you. Um, and this camera, like usual, doesn't do mods justice, but um, how's it holding up? Pretty good. This titanium does scratch really easy. I don't have any like deep marks in it or anything, but I do notice like little lines. Like it's very sensitive. Like I'm very careful with my mods, and somehow I still coming up with these little hairline scratches. Baffles me. Um, and wood. This is only my second stab wood mod. I don't understand them. Like I don't know where the like how the wood fades. Like sometimes, like my Alieno, my Ultrunner Alieno, it looks completely different after like a couple months from when I first bought it. I mean, I guess just from your hands, like the friction of your hands touching it, like it really wears away the wood. And I've used this. Like when I looked into this kind of stuff, stab wood, I wanted to know like how you take care of them properly. And I got two things. This is the one thing. It's got it's got like dried uh what's that bronze? It's got like dried polish on it. That white, that's what that is. Anyhow, this Howard's beeswax and orange oil. This is pretty good. Besides BMMVA would be my unicorn. Really? Yeah, I mean, as in what, like a regular mod, or they did a Bora mod not too long ago, um, which it's okay. I mean, I'd be much more inclined to want to get a Vicious Ant Bora or Vicious Ant Bora mod if they did a stab wood resin version and kept with their usual, but they didn't. It's like $1 in one. Just seems a little plain for what they could be. What their ability. So a regular one, yeah. So anyhow, that's this stuff, and this is more like a gel wax kind of stuff. It's more has more. It's more watery, I'll say. I don't know. Then the other stuff I have, I don't even know where it is in my room. I haven't used it yet. Um, on this mod anyway. Renaissance wax that's made in the UK, and that's more of like a pomade, like has like a really thick consistency or whatever. So, um, but even when I put that stuff on there, I feel like that actually like takes away from the wood. Like sometimes it messes it up more. I don't know. It's so weird. The resin part though on this is like perfect. I really like it. Like I said in the video, it looks like Starry Night or something. And when you put the wax on initially on the wood areas, it like darkens it a little bit and it looks more saturated and healthy. But it doesn't take long for it to kind of like wear away and like get dried out looking again. So I don't know. Stab wood's like a love hate thing I have with it. So there's that. I didn't even plan on talking about that whatsoever. But so things on the agenda like that I'm planning on getting or doing videos on. So I'll be frank and tell you guys like I've been kind of falling out of love with this scene a little bit. Not like I'm not like cutting out, but it's just like I'm kind of distancing myself just a little bit more. I still have things on the horizon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like I'm just getting a little bored of it, or uh, like put off by some of the community stuff going on. I get sick of the favoritism, the clicks. Um, I get sick of the crappy products from the modders and people turning a blind eye to it, and modders giving better service and products to certain people than others. I mean, I can think of a few companies where I've ordered stuff and gotten it like a month or two down the line, and other people will get it that week, and they get it like the perfect version of whatever it is. And yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone's getting tired of it, and you see it like, not only have things got so much cheaper, but like people are just not even bothering anymore. Like you'll even see like really good deals go up and just no one's interested. No one even cares. I mean, it's the saturation, it's the painfully obvious like money grabbing or cash grabbing that the companies are doing, and it's companies that I have used to really like to have just been letting me down. And I don't know. I think everyone's so hard up for money that even the modders, they're getting a little like petty and cheap and just like not as honorable as they may have once been. Or did you hear about the new Sarboro? Can we talk about that, Mike? Um, what about the new Sarboro? I've seen it, the Huro or whatever it's called. Garbage. Now, yeah, I know someone personally that got one, and just through PMs we talked about it. They said theirs was marked up. It had scuffs in it and stuff. People just got them in. What's wrong with them? Are they is the From what he said, it sounded like quality control problems. Like they were just like not they were like damaged almost, like scuffs on them and stuff. What have you heard, Mike? I'd like to hear some details about it. That's the thing. I don't even keep up with everything anymore. Oh, leaks even. bridges not fitting. Yeah, I mean, in a company, it really kills me when somebody like Hussar screws up because they make so much stuff for so many companies. They're a they're a big company that they're one that should be held to a higher standard because they can produce a high standard a product. So yeah, that's a shame to hear. I didn't know that. I'm waiting on a Hussar product right now. I have a titanium STM coming. It's like I never used to feel like that about getting products from companies. Like I used to feel pretty confident, and just through enough experiences, I'm just like kind of like weary about everything. There's a post in Boards and Bridges, one of the groups. You'll see it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me anymore. Um, but I got like this really cool, how there's like toxic titanium. You have your regular silver titanium, your toxic titanium, like this mob too. Um, and then you have like make your own color scheme titanium, and that's what I did. I think that'll look really cool. I did it already. I don't. I never. Where is it? I showed this in my Skunkworks mod video, but I never oh shoot. Looks like a little bit of this paint's wearing or something. I've hardly used this thing too. This is the dot mob, and you see like I got a blue chimney, a gold crown, a green barrel, blue body, I guess I'll call it, and then a gold base. Really cool looking, very unique. Thanks. Probably wouldn't have got it if I don't. It's not that they're bad. The vape on this thing is great. It's just more finicky than like some other dot mob or dot RBAs could be. Namely because of that O-ring. It's just not easy access like a silo or something. So, but the vape itself off this is probably the best of all the dot RBAs. It's just a more finicky to use it. But anyhow, like that whole make your own color scheme thing, I did that with the STM. I did a lot of it should have like a lot of bronze to it, like that brownish bronze I'm hoping for. Should look pretty cool. If they did it right, So this has happened before. I actually just I sold my BXR, my Hussar BXR that I bought from Ryan months and months and months ago. It was one of the first released white PET BXR with stainless steel ends. Had that for a long time, and I finally sold it because I had to come up with money real quick for this. Now, some people may know that I've never won a mod in a randomizer for any groups until the other week. And probably the best drop I could have won anything on. This is the Ultem Protocol Ion box. And let me tell you, in 2-window Ultem, I love it, dude. This thing is really sweet. I mean, I already have an Ion, and essentially, thank you. And actually, it's my favorite mod. And I love this Delrin. I mean, there's no other Delrin that feels like this. And I'm equally impressed with this Ultem one. And I'm glad I didn't want any other kind. I mean, I was kind of the wicked one was kind of appealing, The white, yeah, I mean, and the white feels so different. It doesn't feel like any other Delrin. They say it's coated. I don't know what it's coated with, but I wish other companies did this, or Ion or Protocol went back to doing this, because this is so cool. And nothing feels more like high end than this mod. It's such a soft texture, like squishy almost, like really cool. But they did that Wicked collab Ion recently, and that looked pretty cool too, because it looked like it had some texture to it. I don't know if it did. You never know until you actually get it in your hand. But and the design was cool, you know. But this is the one I really wanted, because I had one Ultem mod in my life. It was the SXK Delro. Uh-oh. Am I skipping? I'm probably going to lose connection at some point, because that's just what this laptop does with my Wi-Fi. But this is the best webcam I have on all my laptops, so that's why I use it. So anyhow, yeah, so I had that SXK Ultem Delro, and that thing was really nice. But it was a clone, and it just didn't feel like as posh because it's a clone. But for what it was great. People like to say, "Oh, it's fake Ultem." It's not fake Ultem. It may not necessarily be the Ultem brand name, but this this probably is, but this may not be the Delrin brand name. It's POM, POM. That's the chemical name for that plastic. They're just polymer names. Like this Ultem, the name for it is PEI. So yeah, like some people don't know this though. I mean, they want to call it fake. Now China does have fake Ultem products, dyed polycarbonate ones. They do that, like with the tanks a lot, and that's why it'll crack. You shouldn't have an Ultem tank that cracks from the juice, but if it does, so you know, there's fake Ultem drip tips and tanks out from China, but that SXK Delra was definitely PEI, and it was very nice. It was thick PEI, it was sturdy, but it was very soft and smooth. This thing feels really nice in the hand. I'm very happy with it. And I love the whole the two window thing is all the rage right now. And uh, it looks like it's up to there we go. It's all the rage right now, right? I think the Borat is the one that started it. Does anyone know? Now, I'm not going to classify a Harpy as a 2 window or 3 window, because the Bora's going the other way, or like a Key or an Orca. That doesn't count. Bora has to be going the other way for it to be a 2 or 3 window, in my opinion. But beautiful girls here. Oh God, I thought you were talking about this. You're like a spam thing, probably. Great, cool, man. Got spam comments and everything. Who else is in here? Thanos. What's up, Thanos? Oh wait, hold on. I'm sorry, man. I'm not ignoring you. Is the Uni tank by UMods worth it? I saw your review of the tank with the mod. Well, funny you mention that, because there is actually a new tank for the Unica, or Unific, I'm sorry. There is a new Unific tank. You could probably pick it up right now on Vapenart. Vapenart probably has it. And I think they're like $100. That explain enough for you there, Thanos? Um, oh, that's the one you're looking at. I don't know. I don't have it. I want to get it. But alas, I'm poor motherfucker right now. That's another thing I want to get at, man. I've been hurting financially. Financially, I've been hurting. I have not had I mean, not only is it Christmas season and you got to buy a bunch of bullshit for other people, um, but I am not. My boss is so goddamn cheap. Stuff is not cheap. No, it's not. Gas is going down considerably. Gas is only like 30. I just went to the pump today. It was like 307 or something like that. That's great. I can't remember 307, 308, 309. One of them. Hey, I'm happy. But my boss is such a cheapskate, man. Like I have not had a full week of work since like Thanksgiving. Every week, like I have to fight for my hours because um he anytime it rains or there's a chance of rain or it just rained, he'll be like, "Oh, it's going to be slow today," because I work outside primarily. I work in a stone yard, so my freaking phone keeps ringing, and I'm not going to answer it, and I won't get the hint. Whatever. Um, would I buy a new one based on the one I have? Well, that's the thing. They made a new one because the old one sucked. Okay. So I'm praying to God it's good, and that's why I would buy it. I mean, I would never buy a new one just because of the way, because of the way it looks or whatever. I would buy it because um, I want it to work good. You know what I mean? And I think this new one should work pretty good. Um, so yeah, it's up to you too. I mean, do you have a Unific? Do you already have a Unific? Can you answer me that? And it's up to you. I mean, like, no, you don't have one. Do you want to get the old school? You could get just the tank and get the old model, or you could get the new one, which has the button at the other place. What do you want? You want the new one or the old? You could, yeah, because you could buy an old one for cheap. It's up to you. It's your personal preference. I mean, you could get the old one relatively cheap. You just want the tank to put on like a regulated mod or something. Oh, this is the tripod V2 on here. See, after I had such trouble with this with the provided tank that it came with, I just gave up on using it as a BoReal mod or as an AIO because I have plenty of other ones, and I don't have that many high-end regular mods. So I just use it as a regular mod. Most of the RTAs I use these days are 22 millimeters, so it fits. So why not? But I probably will get the new one just for the hell of it. Just since I know I can't use the old one, it just is a pain in the ass. I've locked it up like 3 times. After that, I'm just like, it's very hard to get unlocked. Um, there's nothing to like really grip it, and yeah, it's troublesome, the old one. So yeah, it's made by Costas from VWM, which that is the company that does my favorite RTAs. Really, I mean, this RTA. I mean, I'm kind of more partial to the GT3 by Typhoon, but this is the Imperia, and this thing is incredible. This is my other favorite tank. The Integra is also really nice. And the Dope RBA is my favorite RBA. So yeah, I really like VWM. So I may just get it for that aspect. That's why I was very disappointed in that tank that the functionality was not there because I consider VWM gateware mods to be a very high standard of gear. You know, so there's that. Anyhow, I actually have been buying a fair share of clone stuff. Don't kill me, but that's how I got into all this stuff. To be frank, I used to buy clone stuff. I would have never bothered buying any of this crap if it wasn't for clones, because the money I was making and still really make. I couldn't afford to buy a $200 RBA. Are you crazy? You know. So I would buy a $20 version of it, and if that was good, you know, it was a progression, you know. And now I primarily buy authentics, and you know, that's just how it worked for me. At this point, it's getting hard to even buy. You know, it's gonna get harder to even buy clones. But yeah, I bought some clone stuff. 3F already has the Monarchy 2 two-piece bores. Oh, really? Oh my god, that's sad, dude. Well, as you probably know, Monarchy's stuff is made by Hussar. And every time Hussar makes a product, it gets cloned. God damn it, every time. Every time. So either here's my I love vape gossip. You know what I mean? You don't get a lot of it on YouTube. You get plenty of it in the groups, but you don't get it on YouTube. So I want to be the vape gossip guy. You know, fuck it. I don't care. It's funny that way. You know, you gotta be fucking. I gotta have some kind of shtick. So I'll be the vape gossip guy. Um, so Usar makes Monarchy stuff, and they made the Eden. I found that out recently too. I didn't know that. So why is it that all Hussar stuff and Monarchy gets cloned, and sooner rather than later? Yeah. So why is that? Okay. It's either because China's actually making all of it behind the scenes anyway. But I don't actually think that's true. Yeah, 3F has the Eden as well, exactly. Now, for how much stuff Hussar produces, it's not completely preposterous. But I still, in my heart of heart, don't believe that China is making all of Hussar's stuff. I don't, at least I really don't want to believe that. But I don't think that. What I think is that Hussar and all these companies sell their CAD files, or however they make the designs. I think they sell those to Shenzhen, to SXK or whoever, and then SXK or 5A or whoever divided amongst themselves. Mind you, there used to be a lot more clone companies out. A lot of them are gone. Think about all the clone companies you don't see anymore, because I have tons of old clone stuff. I used to be a cloneaholic. I Fast Tech all day. 3F, yeah, 2F, Vape Siga, Focal, all sorts of. I used to use them all. So, where was I? Shit, what was I just talking about? We're talking about clone. Oh, the clone companies that are gone. So we have Copper Vape is gone, or at least very rare. I don't think they came out with anything since the Skyline R, right? Because they were really big for the original Skyline clone. Copper Vape, Kind Bright, Vape Easy, Mars Tech, Joy Tech, or not Joy, Joy Tech, whatever it is. ST, Steam Tribe. They were always the worst. They were always the cheapest and the worst. God, there's so many. Ultem, I know Ultem is still around. They were always probably the best quality for clones. Ultem and SXK, YFTK. They were probably the third biggest. You don't see that much of them anymore. There was just so many clone companies, and now there really aren't any. There's just really just SXK and 5A. 5A came up out of nowhere, really. And you still see here and there like stuff from YFTK, but not really. And yeah, that's about it. That's clones right now. So where did they all go? I mean, I guess there just isn't that many products to make anymore. There used to just be so many. You had a 5A dope. Yeah. I got one right here. You know? And I got the real thing right here. They're very similar. And actually, here's the main difference. This one, this may actually do that, and I don't know it, but I don't think it does. This one, you can actually unscrew the base of it. At least you could. It's really tight on there. I don't know. I can't get it off now, but and of course it doesn't have a serial number. That's the dead giveaway. Otherwise, they look pretty similar, and this freaked me out because this clone came out like literally the same week. So what is that? That freaked me out. That really bothered me because these weren't cheap at all. This was like 220 before shipping, the real thing. And I got one on the last drop. One of the only randomizers I won. But I told you about the Ultem. I'm gonna coin this now. It's right here. I'm gonna coin this the Ultem. Now I know Ultem is the clone brand, but it's an Ultem Ion, so I want to call it the Ultem. Is that like? Can I do that still? Like the Rezo, that kind of vibe. I like that. I like the Ultem. There was the Ultro that got cloned. I think that's a mind fuck, right? JG was going to come out with the Ultra, the Ultim Delro, but then SXK beat him to it, and they did a good job of it too. And then he just like faulted on it, like he made a few of them, and then just said fuck it. That's crazy, right? So here's a clone thing I got because I'll never buy. The reason I got some of these clones is because I'll never buy the real thing because I don't want it bad enough. It's hard to get, it's expensive, and I don't want it bad enough to even bother. So I got the clones of it. I never liked these KBRS or KBRX. I don't like them. Why did I buy this? Well, it's $80 instead of freaking. These were like $1,400 at one point. Now I think they're going like RRP here and there, but like they're only like even then they're only like $100 over RRP. Yeah, Mike, if you were on MMM, Mikey's Miracle Model Group, there was a time when these things were selling for like $1,400, $1,200, a grand easy. Yes, I've seen it. It blows my mind. And we're not even talking like, I don't even know if we're talking about control panels with it either. I mean, they were just that expensive at one time. Why? Now everybody's making exposed battery exposed battery mods. Like it's cool. It's not cool. This was a fluke in my opinion. I'm not hating on Psycho Mod. I like their old. I like the whole Franken. What the hell is it called? Franken skull looking mods, the Psycho mods, the Mummy, whatever. I like all that stuff. That looks cool. I didn't buy it. I'm not into that shit. I don't like mech squonks really. But and then this. I love the hammer. The HMMR hammer by Psychomod. Love this RBA. It's great. But this thing was just stupid to me. I don't think they knew it was going to be what it was. Who could have guessed that this mod would have blew up so much? It's a little dinky 3D printed mod. Okay, it's small and it's lightweight. So are a bunch of other mods. You got an exposed battery, for Christ's sake. I think the Authentic does this too. Look, you can move the battery. Now it's not rattly. There's no up and down movement or side to side. Like it's not gonna fall out at all. But like you can spin it inside there. It's just very. I don't get it. Don't get it. Now this thing is cheap. I will tell you that. The print quality is not bad, but let's see if you can hear it. That's the wattage button. Now it came all black, and I actually bought the spare panels for it because I like white. I'm not into black mods, though I have some. But yeah, you could hear it. Yeah, you could definitely hear that, right? Even the black wattage button did that too. So I wonder if there's any rattle to the Authentic ones. Most people put the control panels on them. If it wasn't for control, I still don't think these would have got quite as popular. Control definitely contributed to the allure of these mods because even I kind of like them with the control panels. There are some KBRs I've seen that do look pretty tasty. They look nice. I can admit that, but they're not fun to vape. I don't see the appeal of vaping on it. It's very plasticky feeling. It's very cheap feeling. But I can't say that because this is not an Authentic one. But I can't see it being that much different. This print quality is actually pretty good. A little hint to my Astro review. I feel like the print quality of this clone KBR feels better than the 3D printed Astros. Did I just say that? Yeah, I believe that. That's how I feel. Probably gonna get kicked out of the group or something. But the 3D printed Astros, man, I say this with love, dude. This is a constructive criticism. Okay, I love Mission. I really do. I love Mission. I love their symbol. They have a big following, loyal customers, and a nice vibe, cheery vibe. They're always active. It's great. It's all well and good. They did a lot. Think about the Mission Switch, how much that did for Billet Box and just the whole community. Big. Who knew an accessory can make such a difference? And it did. It does. I just think their print quality, they really dropped the ball. I wasn't expecting like, Boxmod Mafia quality print, but I wanted a little something. It felt rough, man. It felt like styrofoam sandpaper. God, I can't believe I said it. Yes, it felt like styrofoam sandpaper mod. They look beautiful. In a picture, they look beautiful. But when you actually feel one, it's just like, really was disappointing for me. I sold it one day. I didn't sell it, I traded. And that leads me to reveal this beautiful thing. This is my, almost dropped it. This is my second resin Unica. Now, the blue, you see the blue Astro with the splats, with the white splats? Beautiful. Looks so nice. With the white, with the clear inners and stuff. Why couldn't we all get that? Damn, I really feel some type of way. It's like I gotta be in the in crew to get a cool ass mod like that, I guess. But honestly, I'm not even hurt. I'm not even hurt about it because I really don't think I would have been still disappointed because of the print quality that they used. I don't even know if it's the quality. They just didn't do any kind of process to it. I wanted some kind of coating or something to make it feel like smoother or softer or something. Like it just felt rough and like lightweight gets to a point where it just feels cheap. I don't know. So with this clone KBR, I've been flirting with the idea of 'cause like I said, they rushed it. They just didn't try hard enough, in my opinion. They didn't. They went all looks and no. I mean, like the regular Astro. Now I love it. I because the alternative is and like that's your give and take there. You have look and you have feel. And you have to balance these things, and they went all look, no feel. I mean, this is black. It's boring to me, dude. I hate black mods. They're always boring to me. I have black mods, don't get me wrong. The Moab I like in black. The Seabot I like in black. This could be some cool colors. But it's black. And I'm fine with that for right now because the feel is 10 times better than the 3D printed ones. And this is all my opinion, but I feel strongly with that opinion. You know, here's one of my latest clones. Mike knows about this one, the Jenna RBA, which I have to apologize because I really like the Jenna RBA now. It's vaping so good. My authentic one was defective. I stand behind that statement. I don't know what was defective about it. It was something was wrong with it because it gurgled for no reason. I know how to wick my shit. It was fucked up. I was patient with it too. I tried again and again. I wanted to really like it, and it was something was wrong with it. I had to sell it because it was too fucking expensive to keep around. I can't keep a dud around. You know, I don't have the money to keep shit around that is that expensive and doesn't work. I don't have. I'm not a shelf queen kind of guy. Like, I have this mod, which I love the way it looks and everything. It's made of Juma, only Juma mod I've ever had. But I like never use it, and it kills me because it's like this thing was expensive, dude, and I didn't buy this thing just to keep it in a drawer. I don't know. And why I don't use it all the time, it's picky with like what it wants, what RBAs and Boras it wants to read. That's why. Anyhow, I'm all over the place, so bear with me. KBR, so black. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, like I've taped stuff off or something. I want to like spray paint it, like maybe like blotchy or like a streak, or I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I kind of want to try spray painting it. I don't know. Might be cool, might not, but like I don't care. You know, it's not like it's worth that much money, and it may end up being cool or like something to make it unique. I don't know. It's a clone, so it's not like I'll be ruining a real like valuable piece of um, a real valuable device or anything. Yeah, give it a shot. Thank you, because I know this girl. I've seen her in the forum. She spray painted the button panel, this cover. She spray painted hers like purple or something. It looked like it came out great. My concern is the texture. Like, how is that going to affect the texture of it? That's my only concern, like my worry. What else could I talk about? Um, oh, here's something cool. I was just using it. Where's it at? Um, I just had I just had my AMU out. Oh, it's in this. It's in this billet I broke out. So AMU, right? I didn't like them because they came with a 3.5 and a 1.2. 1.2 is too tight for me. 1.5 is like the tightest I want to go. And 3.5 is just too airy for this thing because it's just really small inside. It's a small chimney, it's a small chamber. And I'm not spending that money for the pins. And like Monarchy, Hussar, they make you buy everything separately. So what I did was I bought the clone pins. And sure enough, the clone pins fit with the authentic RBA, like most of these things do. So that's what I did. I'm using a clone pin. Yeah, thanks. So, because why not? It's just a pin. I don't care if it's authentic or not. Like, and they had a cool size. Like the one I have in here is a 2.8, which is a little unusual. Usually go from that 2.5 to 3. So they had a 2.8, which is cool. You see 1.8. You see 1.5 to 1.8 to 2 often, but you don't see 2.8 a lot. So I put that in here and I like it a lot more now, So what do you know? Vape's pretty good. Here's another cool thing I got recently. So I've always wanted NAR stuff. I may get a Narva that they just did a Narva that clone. Look at me, I'm like reverting back to clones again. Feel so bad, but I'll never get an Arva. So even though I would pay for that one, but the odds of me actually landing one are so slim. I've seen one in my entire life so far on the BSTs. I don't feel bad, but I feel like I'm letting down that I respect. And I do care what they think to some degree. Like I don't want people to think I'm copping out and stuff. Like, mind you, like I don't have the money that some of these people in these groups have so much fucking money compared to me. It's insane. Like I may have a lot of gear, but like I spend all the money I make on this stuff, like literally everything. I buy gas, I pay for my car, I buy this shit basically. I mean, it's food. Like the fuck, like I don't buy clothes. I don't buy nothing but this gear. So like I can't afford what some people have 10 of everything, or like a lot of these guys, like they're partners in vape shops, or they own vape shops, or they're like big time compared to me, you know what I mean? And then there's other people that are way below me, and they you know can't seem to get enough money together to buy one RBA. Like there's just levels to this shit, and I'm not even in a middle level. I'm still on a lower level of this stuff. It's just enough time's gone by that I've accumulated this crap. So you're way below. Dude, I like for so long it was I thought $40 was astronomical amount of money to pay for like an RDA or something. Like, it's I just didn't happen overnight, that's for sure. So here's the Narca, authentic, and on a Cyclone Squevo. So I got this mod on his final week of the online site being open. And yeah, still use it. I like doing my dry firing and stuff with this because a lot of times RBAs with 510s on them, or with threaded pins at the base of it, they're all different pin lengths, and it's always hard to get a reading. So like this has a manual adjustable 510, so you can always make sure you just have a little Allen wrench and you're good. You all can just adjust it to whatever you need. So I like keeping this around for that even. But yeah, I got these accessories. The can't see shit, but the beauty ring and the drip tip have the NAR symbol on it, the like triangles and shit. And these were like 25 a piece, just the black, just the drip tip and beauty ring. But I thought they looked so cool, and I did the pre-order for the bottom feeders, Sub Monkey M Key Squonk mod. I'm not that big of a squonk person these days, just because RDAs in general, like, they're a little heavy on my lungs, at this point. But I really like the look of the M Key, and it's small, it's 3D printed, it's made in Italy, it's got die codes. It was very appealing. So I got one of them on the way, and I figure I'll throw this on there. I got the clear cap one now. I was using the stainless stock cap for a while, but I really want an authentic Narda. That is still on my bucket list here. I'm getting down to the wire, though, guys. I have a Real Mods BoReal custom one that I put a down payment on. They're made in Spain. That I'm pretty excited about. I, talked to the modder and have worked out like a custom color, and we're gonna have I'm gonna have a little bit of like custom graphic on there. I've seen that he has one. Some of the mods actually say BoReal on them. So I asked him, "Can you make it say BoReal XL?" Kind of like alluding to the channel a little bit, like this XO Orca that Chris Mitty did from the Fi. This was my birthday Orca, but I think I showed this before. There are like balloons and hearts on the back and shit. So I still want to get resin buttons for this Orca too. That is definitely something I want to keep in mind. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I would like to get another Orca, but I'm not going to. I want another resin mod that glows in the dark, like a serious glow, whether it's Raffir or whatever. I'd like one of those bluish clear ones that really glow. There's a company that does from the Philippines. I keep forgetting the name because I just got in the group recently. It's a really neat looking BoReal mod. It kind of looks like an Orca mixed with a Giro, the Geppetto one, but it's only like $200 some. It's not like $1,000 like the Geppetto one. I'm trying to get him to get like a really glowy type of resin and get one of them instead, because I like the Orca. I'm not big on getting repeat mods. I have like two harbors, 2 ions now, 2 unicas, and a bunch of billet boxes, but they don't count because when they came out, they were like the only thing. So I had 2 Astros, but not anymore. And you know what I mean? So I don't like having like a bunch of the same shit. Like I like the variety of all this stuff. Like that's the big appeal. Like some people like have all of the same RBA. Like I love Unknown. I don't need fucking 5 of them though. Like come on. That's just I think it's greedy. Like there's so many people out there that can't even get one and they would love to buy one. And you got to be the guy that has 5 of them. Like or 10 of them or who knows. I mean, or like 3 of them are titanium. Like geez, give someone else a chance. Like, what are you trying to prove? I don't know. I'm just griping. I sound bitter and all, but I don't even care. Like, I would like another unknown. I would like a titanium unknown, like the bronze or that baby blue looking one. I would love that. But at the end of the day, I am happy enough that I did get an unknown on the first drop. You know, I'd still like a clear cap for it, but apparently he'll continue to make those accessories, but he's not going to make any more of the RBAs. But yeah, I mean, there's a guy today trading his unknown, looking for a bow rat. I mean, and people think that's crazy, and it kind of is, but the dote was like that at one point too. People were trading their BMM mods for a dote. Yeah, I mean, at the time it seemed like a good idea, probably, but they made plenty of dopes. There's plenty to get now. Like, so in the end, I learned recently, only recently, that patience is very important in this game. So that's why I'm kind of stepping out a little bit and then waiting, and then maybe I'll step back in, because by the time I step back in, all the shit that I actually will figure I want will be a lot cheaper, because everything gets a lot cheaper really quick now. This friggin' thing, my God, these were like $500 when they came out. You can't even sell it for like $200 now. I mean, the game is fucked up. So let the rich guys buy all the shit new. I don't care anymore. Like, I got enough stuff to keep me happy for now. That's the way I look at it. Since I'm already bitching about everything, here's my next thing to bitch about: juice. Oh my God. Well, what did you say? Thank you, Mike, for all your participation, man. I appreciate that. Um, it's a small, rinky-dink channel, man. Not many people get to see this stuff or know about it. So any participation is greatly appreciated. I mean, fuck. Not that I care for my sake, but people that do want to learn about this shit and have no way of finding any of it out, this may give them some insight into how all this shit works. That's the way I look at it. I'm sure the unknown RBA is good, but never would trade a BMN for it. Plenty of good RBAs out there. Yeah, I mean, unless it's one of those fucking people that have 20 BMMs, and what's one of them, could be like one of them guys. That's what I mean. It's just like, the gratitude, I don't know. It just gets so convoluted when nothing matters. When you have so much money and you can just buy everything, it's like nothing even matters at that point. There's a guy, I'm sure everyone's seen his name. I think his name's Iman. From, I don't want to say he's from the Middle East. I think he's actually from like the Philippines or something. He's got literally everything. Everything. I mean, 10 of everything. And the rarest of those 10. Like, and he's very nice and like always posting it, sharing it visually, which is cool. I mean, I guess it would be kind of lame to collect all that stuff and just sit on it and let it collect dust. So he like actively photographs it and all, which is cool. But it's like, you got to get to a point where it's like, doesn't it? And I've talked to him, like, that's like his main thing, like how it is for me. Like, that's what he buys. Even though he's got plenty of money, like, that's what he focuses on. And it's like, that's cool. But you got to get to a point where, like, you get sick of, like, I feel guilty having some of this stuff and not using it. So I can't imagine, like, I'd feel extra guilty if I had all that stuff. And it's like, why should you feel guilty? You deserve, if you can, you deserve it. But I mean, guilty in that, like, there's probably other people that would like kill for some of these things and could afford them, like, or is willing to put the money up, but can't get their hands on it because they can't afford to like pay that much over RP every time for everything. I mean, that's where it gets a little crazy. Me and Ryan are the only ones that show the good stuff. That's not true. That's not true. I have to give props to, well, there's a number of people, of course, but like Mark Todd. Mark Todd has been so thorough. With always, I mean, the lucky bastard always gets everything. Not everything, but he always gets everything. Most things free. Can't imagine being that fortunate. But he's put the work in because he was a pioneer of the YouTubing, you know, and he's got the passion for high end. Jim VV is great too, and he puts out a lot of content for sure. I love all the YouTube reviewers, um, because who else is going to? You know what I mean? Like, you got to support these people because you're one of them. You know, even Jay Hayes, dude. Jay Hayes is so fucking controversial and so easy to hate, but like I don't even hate him because he has brought a lot to the table. Like he does a lot or has done a lot. Let's put it that way. Yeah, you still watch Jay? Yeah. I mean, like I don't watch his pod shit or like a vacuum cleaner review when he does that kind of stuff. I even watch his lives where he bitches about stuff like the that Chinese company that or what was it, Elf Bar, when he was doing that whole thing, exposing them for like paying underage people to back up the validity of them. Like that was cool. I thought that was a unique and like righteous video like thing to cover. So I like a lot of his lives. Yeah, I mean he's not all bad, but he's definitely you know he's an acquired taste. I will say. I used to despise J's when I first got into vape review videos, but it's like some people you get used to them and they just kind of like grow on you that way. So I'm more part, I'll watch this stuff, yeah. So, but this juice shit, man. Yeah, the hazers can be difficult, dude. They're just like I don't know what's wrong with them, dude. They must just be so like outcast, like they were just never the cool kids or something. They were never the cool kids, or they were always snobby and rich, or they were like really lame and then got money, and like this is where they decided to like set up their fucking post up and just be like, this is the standing my ground here. Like I'm on Jay's side. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. But I'm not here. I don't want to like go on about that shit. I do want to critique all the shit out there though. I'll critique the shit out of these products because somebody's got to. I am so picky about juice, dude. I cannot win with the juice. Oh, and I just gotta shout out a prayer real quick for like my Wi-Fi because it hasn't gone out on me yet. I was expecting like 15 minutes tops. I've been getting lucky right now, so I'll just keep this going. Um, Juice, man. I'm not here to bash these juice companies, but like I fucking hate so many juice companies right now. Like, and maybe I'm being a little premature about it, but I'm not. Like the commercial juices, and like I will give this as a disclaimer: commercial juices or even semi-commercial juices. When I say semi, I mean like these two companies, Baked and MTurk. They are commercial, but they are premium and they're expensive for sure. Yeah, wasting so much money. I mean, because you can't do anything about it. Like, you get it, you've never had it before, you try it. Even I know when I do the finger test, I usually can tell. if it has potential or if I'm not going to like it. So semi commercial juices, like those two brands, I love them. I'm willing to spend the money because I click with them. They're good to me. They may be expensive, but they have the right balance of flavor and they're still sweet. Like, and by the time you get them, they're steeped properly. These more niche, crafty motherfucking companies. I'm just gonna grab a couple right now, and I may get blacklisted for doing this, but I don't care because it's just my opinion. It shouldn't carry that much weight. I don't get that many goddamn views. So this is kind of in the scope of what I'm talking about. Here's another semi-professional company. Not semi-professional, what word did I just commercial. Prohibition. They're commercial. Them things or whatever. It's definitely commercial, but it's like premium commercial. 5150 is in that category. Whereas straight up commercial would be Sad Boy. You know what I mean? You're not going to find 5150 in any old vape shop. That's what I mean by that. They all carry a nice sweetness to their juices. Brands like these just do not. And that's the difference. So we have Fresno Fog or whatever. I always wanted to try his coils and his juice. Love the coils. I may actually like these coils more than Captain Coils. Unfortunately, I love Nick as a person. It's such a minute difference, really. But so far I actually really like the Fresno Fog coils, and I may like them a little better. But Nick is such a cool guy. I will say that. Same with Coffin Coils. I mean, Jason is just such a nice person. Like, he's really hooked me up in the past. You like 2 of the 5. Wow. It's not that good of a ratio there. Jason from Coffin Coils. I don't think his coils are necessarily the best, but he's so nice and he's so goddamn generous that that goes a long way to me. So here's a bunch of Captain Coils. And then I just got these. I have not tried any yet. I'm very much looking forward to it. There's no other coil brands I want to try now that I got all these, except Breeze Tones. I've never had Breeze Tones. I don't think I've ever actually had M-Turks either, but I don't vape like dual coil RDAs anymore, so I may never get. I think Turk does like micro aliens and shit though too. But Mucklin. Always wanted to try James Mucklin coils. Timmy's coils, I could try them, but my buddy, like, he bought something from Twisted Timmy before and never received what he bought. It was a mod. And, like, it got lost in the mail, and it was just like, whoops, that's it. I'm not responsible. And, like, I know that's in his clause of, like, he will not be responsible. I don't know. Like, you couldn't work with him or, like, something. It was, like, a lot of money within the States to ship something. It never came, and you're just like, whoop, you're shit out of luck. Like, I don't know. Kind of a shame. And it's a really good friend of mine too. So like, it's the nicest person. So to see him just like out that much money, I don't know. But I'm like all over the place. I know. What else have I tried? Who's that other guy that had it? AJ Holland. I never hear his name anymore. Most of the times when I learn about coils, it's through like in YouTube. It's always Nick or Sam. They always have. They're so like knowledgeable with coils. Those two guys. But Bogan, he always has Cloud Revolution. I've never had that. And he always uses breeze tones, which I've never had breeze tones. Whereas like Nick, the only things he's talked about recently that I haven't got my hands on would be Duchess coils and what's the other one he uses? The Twisted Timmys I was just talking about. But yeah, James Mucklin coils. So I got a bunch of these. I can't wait to try them. Just don't want to waste them on anything stupid, Coil turrets. I have had coil turret before. But again, like they were meant for dual coil RDAs, so like just like just a whole different animal, it's a whole different style of vaping. And that's what the AJ Hollands were. They were for dual coil RDAs, so it's like I don't necessarily count them in what I'm talking about. Oh, I have had this was something I always wanted to try. Here it is. I bought this $500 from some guy in Israel. I got this I did a video on it. It's the Streetbog collab. He gave me a PC coil that Mark Todd always uses. So I was really psyched to get to try a PC coil because I probably would have never like gone out of my way to get one unless I saw like a group buy or something. So that's cool. Got to try a PC coil, and hey, this thing's great. It is a good coil. So I see where Mark's coming from. I don't think it's like his classic benchmark one, but whatever it is, it's good. Here's a cool tidbit. So I'm in the Copa group, and I think you're in the Copa group too. If you're not, Mike, let me know and I'll invite you to it. Like BMM being such a like tight community, and like you have to oh yeah, and you're in BMM. You just won. Oh yeah, formally congratulate you here on the channel for winning in a BMM rando. I've never won one yet, so God, one day. Um, but BMM has uh, specific BST groups for it. If you guys didn't know, and the one I'm almost positive you have to be in BMM to be in the group. There's only like a little over 1,000 members. The Speakeasy. The other is the Copa, and they're not BMM only, but they're I don't know. There's a part to it that's like partitioned like specifically for buy sell trade for BMM products. And I guess that's just because it's a little bit more like tight knit and like closely monitored kind of thing. Speakeasy did have a shaky period for a time there because of a certain member that was doing some shady stuff, but like for the past year they've been on the up and up, I believe. And the guy that runs it actually, Tom, is the one that traded me, so I got my for my 38. So, which I absolutely adore this mod. I mean, along with the Ion, this is my favorite mod for sure. Where was I? Oh yeah, so the Copa is going to potentially do a collab with BMM like Speakeasy did, which would be friggin' awesome. And I was like trying to bounce around ideas for designs and stuff. So just, throwing it out there, see if like there was any interest. But that would be cool. I know the next one they're doing is the Unknown. Oh, you did? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the Unknown is going to be the next collab that BMM does. I've seen a picture of the one already. He did that fast because normally Charles puts up a render of what he's going to do, and then he'll put up like an actual product. But like this was a tangible product already. it was a BoReal R BMM, which is cool. Now, I don't want to say it was my favorite. I like how it's like elevated, like the graphic part or the logos, they're like elevated out of the body of the mod, which is cool. I'm really partial to like when we're talking about the 38 in general. I love the one I have for like standard, the floral. Floral is like my favorite standard one. Can't see shit. um, but for the collabs, I'm torn. Like my favorite one is probably the Killick one, but I do like the Wicked one a lot. Um, but yeah, because I like owls, you know, so I really like the Killick one. And I seen one recently, like the bright blue sealed version. Those are my favorite, the sealed. But monarchy stuff, I'm getting a little tired of it. I like monarchy. It's just like it gets a little redundant always seeing the monarchy symbol, and like you just throw a monarchy symbol, you just throw a crown on something and now it's a monarchy collab, and I don't know, it just a little ran its course a little bit. You seen the blue? Yeah, I thought you said a blue dope, meaning like the RBA for a minute. To me, to make a collab, you should incorporate not just like a symbol or some kind of graphic or the logo, like the word or the logo. It should be like an actual mock-up of imagery from both things and like have be thematic, and that's what I think a collab really should be. Like I'm a firm supporter of the art behind this crap. Like if you don't have the art, like what's it all about? Like just advertising. Like here's a great example. This Harpy collab with Salty Jules, which God knows where he is now. Westbound Clouds. I wish he was still doing reviews. But you got the Morton Salt Girl infused with the Harpy bird. I think that's friggin' awesome. You know what I mean? Like that's a collab. Salt shakers and jewels. You know, salty jewels like the leaky mess D60. That's creative. You know, like that's unique. That is a collab. The BMM collab with, or no, I'm sorry, scratch that. The Harpy Mission collab. That's my favorite collab to date. There'll never be one like it. I still want one of those mods. I passed up a couple opportunities to get one, unfortunately. But like at $700-800 and already having two harbors, I was just couldn't do it. But I still would like one. But anyhow, those are collabs to me. Like just throwing a crown on something like just isn't enough for me. I don't know. I should back up what I was saying about this shit. So, like I said earlier, that the Fresno juice, and then these other two, like Lakeside from Lakeside Craftsman, and this is JMA, and I have a couple unknown JMA bottles. I don't know. They have such a great following. Everyone loves it apparently, but me. I don't know. It's just not. It's not commercial, so it's not sweet. Like there's no sweetener, and that's why they're like clear. And it's like great. They don't gunk up my coils, but who cares? Like I want it to taste friggin' awesome. I want it to be super sweet, but not like gross sweet, but like flavorful sweet. Like there is a I don't know, like this stuff. Now, I will say this: neither one of these is probably properly steeped at this point, and that's another thing. These batches for these individual juice makers, they're making the batches and like instantly sending them out. So like none of them are actually good to go, and when you receive them. You still gotta wait like friggin', I don't know, 3 months to even try it. Like, what? Why don't you like do it all, wait 3 months, and then sell it? Because now I have a bad impression of your product. Because I've never had a good one. I got like a bunch of. I didn't just get like one of any of this stuff. I got like a lot of them. I got at least like four of each company. So now I'm just stuck with these, in my opinion, like paperweights of juice bottles. Fuck. Like, even if they are good now, I'm still probably gonna like not want to get it again because it gave me a bad first impression. Like, I may just people seem to love it though. I seen someone with a picture, they had like literally like 80 fucking bottles of JMA. Are you kidding me? Is it that good? When's it gonna happen? I don't know. I know, and like my other like fucking loss is that I like desserts and bakeries and custards, and aside from tobaccos, they take the longest to steep. So now I'm extra fucked. You know, like I don't do that many fruit juices. I do them, but not as often. So now I just got a bunch of things that are wait and see, and I'm not gonna buy any of it again. Sorry, it's just not my style. I don't. It's kind. I guess I'm lame, and I copy out to the commercial companies, but like I said, like I'm not gonna spend just as much, if not more, on bottles of juice that are, in my opinion, subpar from the door. Like maybe in 6 months this will taste great, but I don't got 6 months. Like I don't know. I'm cynical as fuck, but I'm just being honest here. Like no, we don't get anywhere being nice to each other. Like I don't. That sounds. We don't get anywhere being nice to modders and companies. That's what I'm saying. You know, we don't. Like the only people that get special treatment are the ones with money. Bottom line. No, I don't want to. People wise, people to people, I don't believe that at all. I've had some really, really, really kind people do big favors for me all along in the past 2 or 3 years, or however long it's been. I will definitely say that. And there's a handful of modders that are really kind too. I mean, that take my word for it. If I say I'll pay for something in a week, they believe me. They hold it for me. That kind of stuff. Take down payments. Those kind of modders give you that special attention, but they're few and far between, and they're usually. The funny thing is, they're usually the best modders, meaning they use the best materials and they do the hardest shit, but that they're like somehow the least popular, and they're always European. So it's fucking weird, man. This shit is so confusing at times. Like where the herd goes. There's so much herd mentality and all this crap. That's why it's all getting really. I'm getting really discouraged by it all for real. My new thing now that I've ventured into like trying to use my old camera gear again, it already resparked my love for cinema. I was a total film nerd. Like went to film school. You know, I was on the dean's list. Like I loved cinematography, directing, writing, all that stuff, editing. So like delving back into editing now that like I'm in recovery. Been in recovery for 3 years now, and I just put that shit out of mind for so long because I burned a lot of bridges and a lot of missed opportunities, and I didn't want to think about that shit for a long time. But now I'm like kind of opening back up to the idea of getting back into film and stuff, and I don't know. It just definitely not making any money buying this shit. So, and I have plenty of these. They're just fancy toys. You know what I mean? Um, I love it. Very passionate about, because to me this is all just art. I'm really into art, and this is art and tinkering or whatever. That's what it is. So, film. I just want to get back into film at this point. So I'm gonna end up leaving. I still have my own little list of stuff that I'm like set on buying. You know, I, but the list is shrunk, and it's definitely concise, and I'm gonna try to keep it there and not keep delving further into all this crap. Um, some of the things I may cut, like I wanted the MK Alpha Bora mod, like a Juma, or not a Juma, a Stab acrylic version. I may cut that now. I may cut the N Hypnos. That I was kind of set on trying to get one of them. There's just no room for this shit no more. And I can't make any money with it. So at least if I get back into my film and camera gear, I can try to make money off of it. And you guys may not want to hear that, but it's just being. I'm just trying to be honest about it. Nothing lasts forever, and I'm still always going to be into vaping. It's just I don't know if I'm gonna spend the money I do on it anymore. Like there's some RBAs coming out that I've already opted to pass on. There was there was the um, satellite. I didn't do that. I was thinking of doing that, but it's a RDTA style. Those are notoriously. I kind of wanted to try a cheap RDTA style one, like the Dan Vape one, the Atemporal, and not the Orca Vape one, but I don't know. There's definitely another the Reload one. That seems kind of interesting. Hey, you wrote it right then. Yeah, the Reload one. I think I would get that because it probably won't be that expensive. I would get that. Because I love Reload too. Reload actually made my favorite dual coil RTA to date. The Reload 26. That is still my favorite. Ugh, it's in the other drawer. It's still my favorite dual coil RTA that ever came out. The Reload, the Fatality M25, and probably the Type 2. The Kylan 2. I never had the Lotus, so I always wanted to try that. But yeah, and the original Reload's great. Whatever. But check this out. Still have this. This is a super 16 millimeter lens. PL mount. Yeah, it's a professional cine lens. And it's from the 70s, I believe. I don't want to use this again. It's got this sitting around. I only used this once. I used it with the Red 1 camera, the original Red 1 camera. It's the camera that they used to make Pirates of the Caribbean and District 9. I hated that movie, but yeah, it was a big deal when it came out. When my school got that kit, that was probably like in 2009 when they got it. I think the whole kit would cost $60,000. You can get that same technology now for $2,000. That's how far things have come along with cinema. And I've been out of the loop for like 15 years. So now that I'm getting back into it and learning more about it, it's kind of like when I started learning about films or vape stuff on YouTube, looking up vape reviews. It was just like this whole new world opened up to me of like stuff to learn about, and it was so fascinating to me. Like I'm getting it again now, but with film gear. And because, well, one, the algorithms, YouTube isn't trying to kill it, but there's stuff out there. I mean, nobody fucking cares about pods and disposables. Like China can't fucking get it for some reason. You know the term, you know the phrase, you got to spend money to make money. Like you can't make these shitty little disposable and pods and expect people to want to get it. They all look the same. They all vape the same. No one fucking cares, dude. Like I understand like that it's very advantageous to appeal to new vapors, people just quitting cigarettes. Of course, that's always important. But like the hobbyists don't give a flying fuck about that stuff. And like any hobbyists out there that do use that shit, like I don't want to say shame on you, like do what you want, but like you're fucking things up actually. Like you should not support that shit. Like let that shit die. They'll get the hint eventually. Like even if it is convenient, I still like never had disposable. Good for you, dude. Like they're I know people that fucking use like people that even are in these groups that spend $500 on mods left and right. They still bring them to work or whatever. Like no, I bring clone billet boxes to work. I work in some shit, dude. I work in construction, dust, dirt, mud, all sorts of nastiness. And I don't buy and I don't use that shit still. I still will bring a clone billet box because it's sealed off enough that not much shit gets in there. Like I have to take my tweezers and literally like pluck out dust and little rocks out of the airflow holes sometimes. Like I got to do that at least like once or twice a week. You know, but I will not stoop to fucking pods and shit. Like it's wrong. It's like what got you to want to vape? You know? I know it's a number of things, like it's healthier or whatever, but like it was interesting. They look cool. They're little gadgets. That's the fun of it. Don't fucking use pods. It's boring, you know? Fucking venting like all night. That's why I titled this instead of it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I've it's beginning to look a lot like then because I'm just fucking fed up like we all are. Just fucking between Christmas and not making the money I usually was making, and I have so many things to fucking pay for. But I'm dead set on getting this cinema camera. It's called the Zcam E2 S6. I was gonna get a Blackmagic 6K, but this is the shit, dude. It looks so legitimate. And then I still got to get a really good computer, like a new iMac, but they haven't released the 24 millimeter, 24 millimeter, 24, so he's just saying millimeter, 24-inch iMacs yet of the new cameras. But the new cameras, I'm so fucking out of it. The new computers, because I like a big screen for editing. The iMac that I have, my my parents their house in PA, it's just been sitting there. It got like defective, like the video card got fucked up, and it's old as shit. You know, at this point, it's from like 2008, so it's out of date now. But I need to get that. That's like $2,000 there to get a really good computer, and then editing program. Like, you know, all that shit costs a lot of money, so I'm not gonna be able to buy all the latest vape shit and that. I gotta make some choices here. I may have to try to sell more stuff, but that never happens. I have such a hard time selling stuff. Make an Instagram for pics? What do you mean? Pics of what? For pics of my vape gear? Anything? I don't have Instagram. I don't know. I never got one. I thought it was too like trendy and like I don't have it. I don't use TikTok either. Like I don't use Snapchat. I never got into any of that stuff because I feel like it's just like bad. Like I don't know. I'm kind of anti social media. Like Facebook and YouTube is like as far as I go. Like even Facebook, I didn't use for a long time. Yeah, TikTok was invented by the Chinese to fucking turn American people's brains into mush. I believe that. I'm totally into conspiracy theories about everything. I think deep down it's all true. Everything. So I I didn't use Facebook for years because I used to think about all the embarrassing shit I used to write on it when I was younger. Like Facebook used to be like your I used to use it as like my like journal to like vent about little bitch shit. Like I don't know if I want to go on in this world anymore, shit like that. Probably a lot of us used to do things like that, but it totally like made me want to like drop Facebook. And then like when your family gets involved in it too, like now my sister and my for the longest time, my mom or my sister did not have Facebook. And that was like freedom, you know what I mean? I felt like I could say whatever I want. Now my grandparents have it too. So now like anytime I want to say anything like, taboo, I gotta like do like instead of public or friends, I gotta write like accept and then put all my family members' names in it. My uncle, my dad doesn't have a Facebook, but that's about it. Everybody else in my family has one, so it's just not a place to say anything anymore. And like now, everybody's all the people I grew up with, they're older. They all have families. Nobody keeps in touch. My friend, the people I associate with in the groups, they're closer to me than anybody that I grew up with. That's just fucking shame, dude. Because like at one time, my friends were my friends. They were my best friends. I have some fucking best friends when I was growing up, but a lot of that is my fault because I became a drug addict, and you know what I mean. So I'm to blame for a lot of those lost connections and stuff. But at the same time, uh, even when I wasn't an addict, people just drift apart and everybody's in their own self-centered zone and doesn't have time for anybody. Seems like people in these vape groups, they really go out of their like a lot of them like you can really talk to them and they'll actually have conversate with you and like they're total strangers and they will give you the time of day and I appreciate that. Like it shows integrity to like be that forthright and like you know fucking give people that courtesy. Like it's admirable to me. Not everybody is like that. So even though there are a lot of cliques in the community, they're all pretty fucking overall everybody's pretty cool and on the up and up. I do appreciate the community. It's helped me a lot because I'm very alone. I'm a lonely motherfucker. Being sober, living in an area I'm not from, and where everyone around this whole area is like it's a touristy summer area, but yet I live here all year round. Most of the people here are old and retired and rich. I'm none of those things. So I'm pretty on my own here. Being and staying sober is lonely. Yeah, I mean, if I were to hang out with people my age and socialize, they're bound to be getting somebody. Some of them, most of them are probably bound to be getting fucked up. So I'd be probably. I'm here. I am drinking a beer, but that's all I do, and I just have this one beer. I don't drink a fucking case of beer. It's literally one can of beer. But I'm just, and now that I'm not fucked up, I'm a lot more shy. I'm not the outgoing person I once was. And since I use social media all the time, that also makes you less sociable. I find it hard to even make strong eye contact with some people. Some people that have a look to them, it may be like a familiar look or like a personable look, and you can conversate with them and re- retain eye contact the whole time. And other people like give you like an off-putting feeling or something, and you feel like you can't even make eye contact with them. Is that just me? I'm a very anxious person though. It could just be me, but I think about these things, and I think because a lot of times I'm alone in my socializing or on a computer or a phone, not actually looking at somebody, takes you out of the element of that, and you're not used to it. So like eye contact begins to be a weird thing, and society's getting broken the fuck down because of this technology, man. It's a real shame. Again, that's why I support a simpler way of life. I don't want to be on Instagram. What's the point anyway? You're just putting up pictures. Like, really, what the fuck is the point of Instagram? You could put up a picture on Facebook. So why use Insta? I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's just a bunch of pictures. Like, you can get more out of Facebook because you put words up too, right? Am I missing something here? Like, please tell me, am I missing something here? I'm glad I did this live. It's almost 2 hours in. You can write. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have it. I remember when like it first came out and like all the pictures were like vignette looking, right? I don't know. I just never bothered. But I think that's like the most uh followed thing. Isn't that like the main social media thing actually? Isn't that technically over Facebook and like what's hip? What's hip? I think it's like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or maybe Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not sure. Twitter maybe only be for like older people or like political, like big name people. I don't know. And then Snapchat, TikTok, all that shit. I don't care. I should start using that shit so I can start meeting more people. Like, I used Tinder before. I used Tinder to like, I've talked to a few girls on it. Like, I never actually met any of them. I talked to them on the phone, even. Like, I've actually fucked girls through Craigslist before. Like, I used to use Craigslist to meet people, like, back when that was okay, like, or even was available. I don't think they have that anymore. But, yeah, like, at one point, like, that's all you had to do, shit like that. It was Craigslist. I think Tinder's cool. I mean, it's pretty much like you get to the point. You know what I mean? You can find it. I didn't think it Craigslist. I thought they got rid of Craigslist. What did they call it? Close encounters or personal connections or something. I thought they got rid of that, and they got rid of Backpage too, right? But Backpage was more scandalous. But yeah, I definitely had a few like, I don't want to say relationships, but like casual relationships that I made through Craigslist. Oddly enough, you know. But I don't know. I got to get back into that somehow, or like it's so. I want to meet people naturally, but it's just not as easy as it. When I was on drugs, living in an inner city, a busy ass city like Philadelphia, it was a lot easier to meet anybody. I mean, you constantly ran into new people every day almost. So it wasn't that hard. And I was comfortable because I was either on drugs or I was just so used to seeing people all the time. Now it's like everything's so far apart, and it's probably not as easy anymore to fill it. Well, at this point, it don't matter. But like, imagine that whole COVID thing. I'm glad I got out of there before that hit. That probably would have sucked. Probably would have had COVID like 100 times by now. I never even had it once. But yeah, man. Here's another bitchy thing about juice. Juice, man. When you buy commercial juices, though, rarely are they not. They're usually too fucking steep, like this. I love the one marshmallow, the one. I like the strawberry one too, but this shit is so good. But sometimes when you buy juice online, they end up giving you some shit that's like expired or like about to expire, and then you get that peppery nicotine taste. Like it's so nasty, and you can't even vape it. This is a waste, dude. It's a whole brand new bottle. I put it in here like I always do. Can't use it now. It's gonna have to. I gotta buy some new shit right now. Like, that's the give and take about commercial juices. You might get some old shit that's bad, or if they don't store it properly, like a bottle like this. This is very susceptible to, like, if this was in the heat and in a place that got light to it, sunlight especially, this will get ruined. That's why a bottle like this will get ruined. That's why having a darkened bottle is always good. Bottles like this, opaque, your shit won't get tampered with by the sunlight. I bought stuff at a vape shop, like, I don't know, 9 months ago, because I didn't know where to go online because all the mail ban stuff was very active at the time, and I drove like an hour away to a vape shop in Maryland so I could find my particular juices. Every one of them. I spent $160. They were all bad. They all were peppery because they were all sitting out in the light in a big open store with big windows, probably for a long time. Sunlight kills the shit. Like, they were all bad. Again, couldn't get my money back or nothing. So yeah, juice, I'm fucking picky. I have like maybe like a dozen juices that I love, and I'm just gonna stick to them from now on. I don't care about any of this other. I love to try new juice. When you find a new juice that's good, there's no better feeling. And then you can like apply it to a specific setup, and like, that's my setup for that juice. It's a great feeling, but I can't, it's so few and far between now. I cannot find juices that I like. I'm so fucking picky with it. So next, I will venture. I never learn my lesson, so I'm gonna get more 5150. I want to get more of this RY4, but in one that's not 6 milligrams. This is the juice. This is the only juice I've ever had that I've had this long, and it still didn't get like bad with age. Like, it never got peppery tasting. It got stronger, and it's an RY4, so it's very tobacco-y, this particular RY4. But somehow never got bad. It looks bad, but some reason don't taste fucked up. But I want to get a good one again. But and there's like one other. They got like a hazelnut one I still haven't tried, but like 5150 was good. God, I just have my brands, and I'm just gonna stick with them. 5150 good. Who has it? I don't know. You probably should buy it directly through them. You could send them a probably Facebook group. And Aaron Vasquez was supposed to do a group buy. I don't know if he's started it yet or if it's gonna happen. He keeps mentioning it, but you can actually just get it directly through them. I would go on their website and email them, and you're good. You can do it through that. They were out of service like for a good while when that mail ban thing started. They got kind of spooked, and they were only doing concentrate flavors. You had to add all your own shit. But I believe they started back up again. You have around 35 bottles and you only like 5 or 6. Of what? It's everything? I kind of like that too, dude. I have a whole drawer here, a whole dresser drawer full of expired bottles because there's shit that I didn't like. And if I had someone to give it away to that might like it, I would just do that. I'd feel better about it. I have another underneath it. I have a trash bag on the ground full of bottles that I can't use because they're old and I didn't like them to begin with. On my table, a good number of them are expired. And then I have a drawer over here with bottles in it that are like my good stuff that I can like. Then I have from a Recoil RDA site, I have all this shit that I recently bought. All my baked and Turk stuff, which in the recent time, that's been the best stuff I've found within the last 6 months to a year. Is all the baked and Turk stuff. Other than that, everything that I like now is stuff that I've liked for years, which is crazy because there's so much juice out there. It's like, why can't I find the good things? I'm telling you, like, a lot of times when I get stuff that should be good, like all this shit from Batman. Where is it at? God damn it. Or like this stuff used to be great. Loaded, Ruthless. I don't know. They changed companies or something. They suck now. Every time I get them, they're bad. And they used to be one of my favorites. And they were $10 for 120 ml bottles. So I used to love them. Let's see. Where's my Batman stuff? Holy shit. I don't use it, so that's why I can't find it. Oh my god. I just wanted to use it for an example. Here we go. Cantilla de queso, creme, cheese, freaky pesce. Motherfucker. Puerto Rico. Terrible. God. I got like 3 of them. I got 3 of them, 3 different kinds from straight fire Vaporium. Trash, dude. People like rave about this shit like it's fucking great. Sucked. This is supposed to be cream cheese flaky pastry. Oh, sounds good with a little Spanish kick to it. Tastes like spearmint. Tastes like nasty peppermint, wintergreen spearmint. Trash. Full bottle, $25. Every time I fucking get a juice that sucks, I wasted $25 that I'll never get back. I can't resell it. I could maybe, but who wants to buy? People don't want to buy open juice. Maybe some people. I could probably resell all this JMA stuff, which I've considered. It's all full, and people like it so much apparently, so they'd probably rebuy that. But yeah, I mean, fuck, it's just like it's just such a waste when it don't go good. Like they should sell like 10 mil bottles, super cheap. You should be able to test all this shit. I'm so fucking tired of wasting all this money on juice. Like that's why I'm just so stuck in my ways about juice, because I can't fucking find the things that I like. I like Sad Boy, dude. They don't make a bad juice. They don't make one bad juice. But it's like cheap. And it's actually from King of Prussia. It's like my backyard, dude, from where I grew up. Like they're good. And yet they're super commercial. It doesn't make any sense. Like these niche specialized premium juices, they all end up sucking. They don't use any sweetener. This Tom made, the guy I said I got from the Speakeasy, he gave me a bunch of juices for free with the mod. Oh, fuck, where's the other one? Here's one of them, a Fuego. It's like kind of like coffee. Oh, here's the other one. About the next thing I build, I'm gonna put this in it. The Rice Krispie one. This steeped pretty good now. These are great, dude. This is some guy. He don't sell this shit. He just makes it himself for himself. Better than any of the stuff I've had from these companies. And it was right out the gate. The Fuego one, as soon as he gave it to me, it was great. So I don't get it. Like, I have DIY stuff, but like I never got a knack for it. And I don't know if I ever will. So, but I'm about to start fucking with it again because I can't seem to enjoy anything that I buy from other people. I want this. Oh, my connection's on anyway, right? All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you for sticking around, Mike. If you're still here, until next time, I'll have the Astro video. Then I'll do a video on this motherfucker, and I want to do a Mav T video. I want to do a Narca video. I got a whole list of shit. It's just gonna take me some time because I fucking hate having to edit everything, and it's just a little tedious for like just wanting to crank out a vape video. And I'm always beat after work during the week, so just bear with me. Christmas time, I got the week off after Christmas. I'll be able to do more content. So you know, anybody rewatches this and gets this far, thank you. I appreciate your time, and hope maybe we shared some opinions in all this, So thanks, Mike. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'm surprised there ain't nobody else. This kind of light stream. I think my last, not my last, but like one of my last streams, I had it like we had a lot of people up in the chat. Usually Hatman drops by or Alex Davila, but it's a Sunday, or I mean it's a Friday night, so maybe people are busy or whatever. But I'm still at a crossroads here with my old channel because it was supposed to get deleted by my school. Yeah, right. Nobody showed up. My old channel was supposed to get deleted. That's why I made this channel, and I'm waiting for it to be deleted any day now. But I guess it's not going to happen now. So now it's fucking everything up because I'm pretty much used the same username because I wanted people to be able to find it easy enough like the old one. But since the old one's still there and that technically has more subs, it's kind of, I think it's throwing everything off, the algorithm, and people are just not looking for the right thing. And man, kind of, God, just bad luck on that one. I don't know what to do about it. Like, I should either try going back to that old channel and hope for the best, but what if they pull it out of nowhere finally, and then, or I could delete the old channel or hide it, but then like that makes it even harder. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very difficult decision to make. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing. I did the re-uploads of the old videos because I thought they were going to get deleted, and any of the newer re-uploads now hardly have any reviews or any views because the videos already exist and it's all the same descriptions and stuff, and the one that has more views already is probably going to come up first. So what a predicament. I don't know. All right, I'll stop rambling. FAQ Friday is going to be coming, and whatever other. I don't know if there's any more shows. I missed the Vape Stew. That was my Friday night show. I love that shit. Anyhow, all right. Well, cheers. Thank you for coming out, and until next time. Thanks again, Mike.